What's up, Billion Babes? I'm back. Lexi's back with another video. And again, promised you that I'll be posting one video a week. Yes, she is and did. All right, so boom. Here I have another hair client. Hair model, really. She's modeling this half up, half down hairstyle that I saw on the internet that ended up going viral all over TikTok. I'm pretty sure y'all know what hairstyle I'm talking about. But it's that V part, half up, half down hairstyle. Some people do it with bangs, which I'm going to be doing on myself pretty soon. So stay tuned. We're going to be dyeing bundles. We're going to be doing the installation, all types of stuff. But anyway, she's not doing bangs today. She's doing the regular V part, half up, half down with the bun. And yeah, so I'm going to just walk y'all through basically how I did it. This was, I would say, more so a trial run because I never did this hairstyle before. I was just like, okay, let's try it. You as my hair model, we could just film the way through, learn from our mistakes, and see how we achieve this look. So boom, every single client that I have, every single hair client at that gets a wash and blow dry. Like, it doesn't matter what hairstyle I do. I feel like me as a hairstylist, as a professional, I should be washing hair. Like, it's just a standard, to be honest, to start on a clean slate. So that's what we're doing here. I normally don't film my wash routine, my shampoo routine on clients. So over here I decided, you know what, let me just film it. So anybody that's new to doing hair, you can see how I wash out my clients to make sure their hair is squeaky clean, especially for a silk press. But for a silk press, I would end up doing more deep conditioning treatments. So basically, I think I shampooed twice so far in the video. The first shampoo was Shampoo 2 by Paul Mitchell. It's one of their clarifying shampoos. It's my favorite clarifying shampoo. That thing would get every last inch of everything out your hair. Like, I promise you that. I like to use it first just to get rid of all like the excess oils, hairsprays, or any type of pomades that you have in your hair. Usually I just use the Shampoo 2 to get rid of that layer. Then I go in with Shampoo 1. Shampoo 1 is not really a clarifying shampoo, but it's also not a moisturizing shampoo. It's just an everyday balance cleansing shampoo. I go in with that to really get, like, you know, the rest of any type of residue that's in your hair. And then I go in, this is the third shampoo that I'm rinsing out here. This is going to be my moisturizing shampoo. After stripping all of those oils out of your hair, you still want to balance that moisture. You don't want to have dry hair. So my last shampoo will always be a moisturizing shampoo. And the moisturizing shampoo that I use is, again, from Paul Mitchell. And this is the Clean Beauty line, the Hydrate shampoo by Clean Beauty and Paul Mitchell. There's also another Hydrate shampoo that I really like. That's also by Paul Mitchell, and it's called Awapui shampoo. That shampoo I think might be my new favorite, but I really, really love the Hydrate shampoo under Clean Beauty with Paul Mitchell. So over here, sorry if I sound like a little under the weather, by the way, because I just have really bad allergies right now. And I'm trying to breathe, girl. I'm trying to breathe, but anyway, this is the conditioning process. Normally, I apply a good amount of conditioner and then I detangle with my lovely W detangle brush. This brush definitely went viral on TikTok. I saw everybody using it, but it works. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, especially for textured hair, it definitely works. And just a FYI, the conditioner that I used is also Clean Beauty Hydrate conditioner, and I used I mixed it with another conditioner that has no sulfates in it. I just find those type of conditioners to be way more moisturizing. I'm gonna put that in the description because I don't remember the name of it. I got it off of Amazon, but it's actually a really, really good conditioner. I recommend it. Okay, so over here I'm basically rubbing in my blow dry primer. I'm using NEURO Blow Primer by Paul Mitchell, and then I'm also using my Tresseme heat protectant. I only use the Tresseme heat protectant to blow dry hair. I'm not going to use it to flat iron because it is water-based. So if I apply it before a flat iron after a blow dry, it's going to revert the hair back. So I have a whole separate heat protectant for flat ironing, and you're going to see later on in the video. But I'm taking her hair in really big sections because her hair is a very, very loose wave. So it doesn't need much stretching. So I just use super chunky sections, and I only I don't need it slick straight because we're not technically doing a silk press. We're actually just gonna cornrow the back, and the front is gonna get flat ironed. So no need to, do the silk press blowout, if you know what I mean. Like, everybody knows that silk press blowout is like 70% of the service. That's what really gets like the best out of your silk presses. So I'm using my ceramic paddle brush from that's literally the name of the company, From, but with 2 M's at the end. I'm so sad though because they deleted the brush off of Amazon and that's usually how I get it. So now, thank God, last minute, right before they deleted it, I bought another one. So now I have 2, but they no longer sell it on Amazon. You actually have to go on the website. Again, their brand is From. I'm going to try to put it on the screen if I remember. But regardless, I know I'm going to end up putting it in the description. So over here, I started her braid pattern. If you did notice how I parted out her hair, I parted it right behind her ears. For most half up, half down styles, it will be ended up parted behind the ear. Unless you're doing like a really high pony, half up, half down, then that's when you would part it maybe in front of the ear. But most half up, half downs that I've seen, it's been parted behind the ear. So that's why I did it for this one. As far as my braid pattern, we're going pretty basic. I'm not gonna lie, I should have braided an anchor braid on the perimeter to sew down the cap, because from my last quick weave video, if you guys seen it, I like to sew down the perimeter of the cap just to keep it in place, especially when you're removing the tracks, just to make sure that you have that extra security. I just like to sew around the perimeter, but I didn't do that here. I just did straight backs, which ended up working out just fine as well. But next time I will be doing a perimeter braid just for that extra security. So over here, I'm sewing down the tail of the last braid just to get that extra flatness. And I'm using a black cap today. I know my last quick weave video, I used a skin colored cap because I was doing a closure. So I didn't want that black cap to be underneath the closure. So that's why I use like a tan cap to help with like the color of the closure of the scalp. But over here, I'm using the same exact Wonder Wrap that I used in my last quick weave video. Basically, you're just pouring a whole lot. Like, I always tell people, you can never pour enough of this stuff because this is what's going to be protecting you from the glue. Like, you don't want to have the glue in your hair, because even though the water, oil, and conditioner can get rid of it pretty easily, when you have a whole lot at one time, it's going to be very, very tedious. Most people don't have the patience, and you might end up accidentally pulling out your hair. So you still want to protect it, even though, the water, conditioner, and oil can get rid of it. This is going to be your protector. So I put multiple layers. Like, I'm not shy with the Wonder Wrap. Excuse me. You want to make sure that it's completely dry. So when I applied my Wonder Wrap, I dried it about halfway, and then that's when I started to apply my Got2b and my spritz. So after you apply your Got2b and your spritz, this is the spritz that I'm using. I'm still testing it out. I can't recommend it yet because I just picked it up from my local beauty supply store because I couldn't find the regular brand that I normally get. So this is when I applied my spritz and my free spray. So then this is when you want to make sure that everything is completely dry, and it takes about 20 minutes. As you can see that this mold is like super stiff, super hard. It's definitely protected her from any type of glue. And yeah, because you want to make sure that it's completely dry at the end of the day, regardless of how much product you add. You want to make sure all that product is completely dry. So you can see here how I glued on the tracks. This is like kind of really important, regardless of what style you're doing, but especially in the half up, half down, because I'm not using any leave out to cover these tracks. So you want to make sure that the tracks are laid in a way that covers your braids and covers the actual tracks itself. So you don't want to just do it completely straight across. You want to definitely glue it down in a U part shape. You're going to see it more as I move up, that you can never do too much with the U part. You want to just make sure every single track curves around and it's not straight across. The only time I end up gluing the track straight across is at the very top to close off the entire back installation. You're gonna see basically it's just gonna end up being a very small U, and it's like, okay, what now? Like, what should I do now? I don't really keep going into that U shape until there's nothing left. I would just basically put the tracks going horizontally just to close off that extra circle. So you're gonna end up seeing it, but you could even see it from now that if I was to just keep going, that it would just end up being a really small U. So basically I'm using the same glue that I used in my last video. I just apply it to the track, and then I apply it to her head, and I just blow dry it a little bit to make sure that that's secure, because I do have instances where if I don't blow dry it, it ends up slipping off or it doesn't dry in time. The bottle does say 30 seconds, but does it really take 30 seconds? I wouldn't say so. I would say maybe 2 to 3 minutes it would take to actually completely dry. So you could see that a lot of her tracks was already pre-cut because she reused these bundles from a previous install. But there are some tracks that are extra long, and if they're really long, I would end up just flipping them over anyway. Like, I don't miss a beat when it comes to flipping over tracks. If I'm able to flip it over, I will, because I'm all about preserving your natural hair, and I'm also all about preserving your extensions because they're expensive. Okay, so I try my best to flip the ones that are extra long, but for the ones that were already cut from when she gave it to me, if it fits perfect, then I would try to like fit it there. But regardless, we ended up having just enough hair to finish the entire installation. So you can see here definitely that that U is starting to get smaller. It's so satisfying though. I love that it's like almost the perfect circle. But I didn't really get to film how I adjusted those last couple tracks, but I did end up putting those tracks horizontally all the way up until I got to the top to close it off. So here I'm spraying her with my flat iron heat protectant. If you saw that short clip, it is the heat protectant from Paul Mitchell, hot off the press. This is the heat protectant I use to flat iron because it is not water based. So I believe there is still some type of water in it, but it's not water based, as in like it's not the ingredient that's like the most content of water. I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I mean. When water is the first ingredient, most of the bottle is water, but that's not the case here. So I go in with my mini flat iron to get her roots, because you want to make sure that you get her super straight when it comes to this style, because you want the top to be extra flat. I go in with her roots with my mini flat iron, and then the rest I go in with one of my regular 1-inch flat iron. I don't know if I spoke about this flat iron in my last video, but I don't know. I feel like either I'm going to give it away or I'm just going to get a whole new flat iron, most likely the Babyliss Pro. I'm all about ceramic flat irons, but I actually do want to try the titanium flat iron. I feel like if you know how to use it, then you could actually like use it to its benefit. I wouldn't use it on fine hair, mainly just medium and coarse. But one of my friends at school, she actually has the Babyliss flat iron, Babyliss Pro flat iron, and it's like amazing. It's literally everything you could ever ask for. I do have my Pretty in a Minute flat iron, which I use for school mainly. I would definitely say that's a better flat iron than this one over here. But you know, we're just testing out products at this point and just seeing what works, and this one definitely does it. I would say my biggest issue with it is that I will be flat ironing someone's hair and it will be at 400 degrees, and after a few passes it goes back down to 280 or 270 without me touching any buttons, because the buttons are in the inside. So there's that. So as you can see, I parted off my V. I normally part the V right in between the eyebrow, maybe more towards like the inner part of the eyebrows. And to slick her down, to get that mold, I use my KENRA free spray. I don't use Got To Be. I try to avoid Got To Be when it comes to the natural hair. The only time you'll really see me using Got To Be is when it has to involve with extensions. Like for a case like this, just putting it in your hair alone, I would prefer to use my KENRA free spray. I feel like it doesn't flake up as much. It dries quicker, it holds way better. So this is what I just decided to use for this, and I don't regret that decision at all. I'm using my mini brush to actually get it flat, and then as I get it, once you mold it in the place that you actually want it to be, you will use your your blow dryer to dry it down so it can stay in that position. And I'm so bad because for this hairstyle, I definitely forgot my rubber bands, girl. I had to improvise with an elastic band, cutting it all types of ways, tying knots. Like, I was vexed. It definitely could have came out better, but we all make mistakes. So for the sides, because I definitely did the middle first, and I think I'm always going to do it like that. For the sides, you definitely want to take out your baby hairs. We ended up only doing baby hairs on the sides. We didn't do it like on the top or anything. And I think that's like the best way. That's the best look for this type of hairstyle, just doing it on the sides. So as you can see, I just sprayed my freeze spray and then I combed it into place. And once I combed it into place, then that's when I got my blow dryer to make sure that it's like staying in that position. And then once I got both sides down, then that's when I tied it up again. And I also use, yes, that's what I'm missing. I didn't only use my KENRA freeze spray. I also used my, what do you call it? You can see here in this clip that I ended up putting a little bit, the Murray's, yes, the Murray's edge wax. That's what I ended up using as well. I would say next time though, I would probably use my Murray's first, and then I would use the freeze spray on top of it. I would use the Murray's just to get her in the position that I want, to get the hair in the position that I want, and then that's when I would use the freeze spray to keep it in that position. Just a FYI for next time. So yes, unfortunately my camera did not catch this entire process of me doing the bun, like the most important part, and I know y'all are gonna hate me for this, but I do have another one, another half up half down, two half up half downs, the V part, coming up very soon. One on me and one on another one of my friends. She just booked me for this Friday. So I owe you guys because I didn't even get to show you how I did the bun. But the bun is very simple, to be honest. It's really not that hard. All you have to do is follow the same steps of a regular ponytail by wrapping around the track. You apply your wrapping paper, then you use your Got2b to stick it on there, and then you wrap your track around. And once you have your track completely wrapped, then that's when you could twist the hair into a bun and then pin up the ends. So you can see here that I pinned up the ends, but they were a little bit too long. I ended up cutting the ends before we took pictures, so you're gonna see that the difference there.
And it gives. Stop playing. You're stupid.
So you could definitely see in these clips that I ended up cutting it a little bit shorter, and you're gonna see why, because it ends up looking so much better. But that's basically it, y'all. Like, that's the entire look, and thank you guys so much for watching. Expect this hairstyle again twice in my next videos. Bye.